Welcome back to the KiVi Podcast.
I'm Viren Barman.
And I'm Kriti Barman.
And today we're going to be discussing some strategies, answering some questions about relationships that you have asked us.
Let's get started with the first question.
Starting off with a banger. I found a perfect guy, was in love, but had one random one-night stand. I cheated. Is there any way I can get back to him? I love him so much.
So let's get this straight. You're saying he was the perfect guy, you love him so much, you want to go back to him, but you had a one-night stand. Why?
Because you don't love him. See, if you love someone, you put their needs in front of your desires. That is the definition of love. When a mother loves a child, even though she might be tired, she stays up for the child. When a woman loves a man or a man loves a woman, I put her wants, desires before mine. So if she wants to stay happy, I will not put my one night of happiness in front of hers, right? That is love. So in short, you probably don't love him, and it's not something to be sad about. This is how you found out. You found out that you don't love him enough, which is why you cheated. Simple. So think of it this way. Look at it in a positive way. You actually saved yourself the trouble of finding out much later in the relationship by finding out sooner and cheating.
But is that always the case? For example, if there are people who might just get tempted and maybe it's just a wrong situation, it's you're feeling a certain way, you had a fight with someone and then you end up cheating on them, but you do love them. Nothing justifies the cheating, but you do still love them, but you could not control your temptation.
But then that's not love, right? You have the idea of love, but you don't actually love them. Because if you did, you wouldn't be so selfish as to do what you know will hurt them just for a moment of pleasure.
But that's exactly what I'm saying. What if I am someone who's selfish?
Then you're selfish and you don't love the person. You only love yourself. You love yourself more than you love the other person.
That's fair.
That is love, right? And people fall out of love, and that's fine. That's why they cheat. You just did that in the first half of the relationship instead of the later half. So in a way, that's a good thing.
It's never a good thing to cheat. Please let me clarify what my husband is trying to say, because I understand what he's trying to say, but you might not. It's never okay to cheat.
Never okay to cheat.
But what he's trying to say is the fact that you did maybe just means that you weren't in love. So it's good that it saved you a heartbreak and the person a heartbreak later.
Yeah. It's like a band-aid
Eloquent.
instead of a gunshot wound.
Not that, oh, go ahead, cheat. Next question. I have been in a relationship for a year and a half now, but it feels like the spark is no longer there. And it's my overthinking that drives me crazy. However, everything ends up to be normal and he's not as crazy for me as he was.
So basically, you've been in a relationship for a year and a half and the relationship has lost its spark, right?
And it's your overthinking, but not his overthinking. So a little bit of that as well.
Yeah. She's also saying that we hardly speak to each other.
Oh, yeah.
And he's not crazy. He's not as crazy for me as he was.
Maybe it's time to let it go.
Yeah.
Maybe.
So a lot of younger people misinterpret infatuation for love.
Yes.
It's perfectly all right to feel infatuated with someone, and that's usually a short-lived feeling. And not all relationships need to be pursued. I don't know why people start to think and behave like this relationship that I'm in is 100% the relationship that will be there forever.
Yeah.
It's okay. If the spark is lost, it's fine. Move on.
Yeah.
Don't drag things out, right? If you genuinely don't feel that attraction towards the person anymore, why stay in the relationship?
And maybe it wasn't meant to be from the beginning, right? Like he said, maybe it was just an infatuation, but you thought of it as something more. And you're also saying that he's not as crazy for me. So maybe from your end, you think it's not infatuation, but maybe from his end it is, especially because you're not speaking to him, right? So if in a relationship, I think it only works if both people love each other. Maybe not equally. There's always upar niche. but both people need to love each other. If that love fades from any one angle, the dynamic doesn't work out. It doesn't happen.
And I think this is usually a problem with younger people because they think I've invested a year and a half of my life into this relationship. But if you've lived 20 years, that's it. Then a year and a half seems like a long time. A year and a half is not a long time. You go to college for like at least 3 years,
Yeah.
right? 4 years. So a year and a half for a relationship is not a long time. So if things aren't working out in a year and a half, it's perfectly fine to end that relationship. You can always find the next person,
Agreed.
the right person.
Let's see the next one. It's too difficult to find a girl. I'm shy and I cannot approach a girl.
What
do I
should I do?
I'm gonna let you answer this one. Are?
Why?
It's
Am I a player?
guy's perspective that they
Am
want.
I a player? Maybe a little bit. I was a player. That's how I got this Harry. No, okay, I was never a player.
You always
but
had that impression though.
I had that impression.
Yeah.
Like people had that impression about
Of
me.
you, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Yeah.
No idea. I never did anything to warrant such an impression. But theek hai.
Maybe it's your good looks, and good looks. I'm very filmy. I've realized through like podcasts
Yeah.
that I spurt out a lot of these movie dialogues.
Yes. It's good. It's cute.
It's cute.
I like that about you.
Do you want to share some tips?
Yes. So if you're a shy guy, it always helps to have a wingman, believe it or not. So if you have friends who are comfortable speaking to the opposite sex, it's never a bad thing to try to involve them for introductions. So for example, if you were to go out with your guy friend and his girlfriend and the girlfriend's friend potentially trying to talk to her, things don't have to work out. She doesn't have to become your girlfriend, but that's a good way to try to get comfortable speaking to girls when there are no stakes involved, right? There's no rejection involved. So that's one way to do it. Also, if you feel like when you start talking to a girl, you just don't have anything to talk about, a very simple technique, the Ford technique, comes into play. Now, boys, take notes. Ford stands for family, occupation, recreation, and dreams. Start by talking about her family, but not in a creepy way. Who's in your family? No. Oh, what's your relationship like with your parents? Great. Do you have any siblings? Ask about family. That's how you break the tension. Second thing, occupation. Oh, what do you do for work? Do you enjoy it? Nice. What got you into this line of work? Third thing, relationships. Sorry, recreation. My bad. Recreation is what do you do outside of work? What excites you? Oh, it excites me as well, even if it doesn't. Lie. Just kidding. Just kidding. And then lastly, dreams. So if money wasn't a factor, what would you be doing? That's how you talk to girls. The player has played the game. The chess
Someone
is
who
being.
said they didn't have a lot of experience to come up with an entire goddamn framework. This is an entire framework.
It's not an original framework. I also learned it from someone.
It's a framework on how to speak to women. And then he said he doesn't have a lot of experience and wonders where he got. That was a B. Got his image.
Oh, that's why.
I'm gonna throw a shoe at him later. Next one.
How do I find someone to date? I have a tech job in a city I'm not going to mention. I work 12 hours a day. Weekends are mostly upskilling and chores. How do you find a person to date? Why would you want to date a person right now?
Just date your job?
I mean, you literally don't have time. So it's not fair for you to try to find a girlfriend.
No, but that doesn't mean
It's a
you
person.
stop living your life. I mean, you can still find a person if you want a companion. Not that you have a lot of time for your companion.
Okay, so if you're looking for companionship, consider making friends. You don't have to make a girlfriend.
We're assuming.
Bro, trust me, at this point, don't make a girlfriend. It will not work because she will ask for time, which you don't have. So maybe once you feel like you've reached a place where you don't have to work 12 hours a day or don't have to upskill yourself over the weekends, or you can hire help to help you with chores, at that point, consider getting into a relationship and having a girlfriend. I don't think you should be dating someone right now. I know society forces us to think that you need to date someone at any given point of time. आपका relationship कहाँ जा रहा है? When are you getting married? Chill. Especially as a guy, the time frame that you have to be able to find someone is quite long. So relax, have a good time, work on yourself. Once you're capable and have time, then start dating.
I agree. And if that's the phase of your life that you're in, that you're a little more driven right now and you want to put in a little more into your work, I think that's perfectly fair. But considering the fact that you have asked your question, there is obviously something I feel that's triggering that, whether it's longing for companionship or just feeling lonely or just needing to find someone to vent out to or do activities with or take your mind off of work, right? Whatever your reason may be. I have a slightly different perspective, and I think that's why you could potentially over the weekend, since you don't have a lot of the time on the weekdays. And Viren, I mean, I also have long working hours. I also have calls at odd hours. I am not working on the weekends, thankfully, but through the weekdays, I do have that. So I get it, but there always is time. Even if you're working 12 hours, the day is 24 hours. You're sleeping for 8. Let's assume you have 4 hours to yourself. If you don't just mindlessly scroll on Instagram, I feel like you can take out 1 hour a day for yourself to find maybe a hobby or something that you can also then take over the weekends. Now, this is going to require active effort. You will have to put in time. Even if you're tired, you will have to find maybe something. So look at hobbies. Maybe find like a pickleball is trending right now. Go learn pickleball somewhere or play that. Go for badminton, go for sports, maybe go for a reading club, maybe go for a wine club. Go do something, right? Explore. You're not going to find someone sitting at home in front of your laptop. You have to go out, be there in the world. If you like working out, two birds, one stone. You can work out, get fit, and find someone else. Go for Pilates. I hear girls, really nice girls, are going for Pilates these days. Or do yoga. Or go for swimming. There's a lot of options. Or just go to the park and walk 1 hour and speak to people. It's that easy sometimes. We just make it very complicated and we will try to find everyone on Tinder and
I don't think they do Tinder anymore. I think it's Hinge
and
or Bumble or
and
whatever.
Bumble. But I mean, what are you really looking for? Are you looking for
just a good time,
just
not a
good
long time?
Yeah. Then look at those places. But take out 1 hour from your mindless Instagram scrolling or from your Netflix and take out that hour, that time to do something. Again, it requires active effort, but it's worth it.
So, okay, fine. If you really want to find someone, if I was single today, if Kriti did not exist in an alternate universe, that one universe where Kriti doesn't exist, but I do, here's what I would do. What kind of a girl would I like to date? Somebody who's fit, active, then I go hit the gym and find someone there, or Pilates class or yoga class. Do I love someone who's intellectual, literature, book reading club? That's how I find the girl. Maybe I go to a library and start reading. Maybe I go to a cafe which has books and there are plenty of those and find someone there. If I like somebody who's, fun, outgoing, then maybe I meet someone at like a club, etc. Right? So figure out the kind of girl that you would want to interact with, date, etc. And then figure out what that girl would probably be doing. And that's where you meet this girl. Cooking class, for example.
And then when you meet her, you can give us 1 guinea for introducing you to her. In the olden time, they had this lovely concept of giving guineas. If for those of you who don't know, guinea is a gold coin.
Yes.
To the matchmaker or to the cupid or whatever you want to call it, right? So if we are the cupid, we're accepting through UPI as well.
UPI guineas. Next question. What if she's controlling and gets upset when you make little jokes on her at her expense? Also, she doesn't want to hang out. She only wants to text.
Two very different problems and two very different ways of approaching them. So let's talk about the first one, that she's controlling and gets upset when you make little jokes on her. Now, I feel if somebody, what's the point of jokes? If you're cracking a joke on someone, it's for you to have a good time or for them to have a good time or for the both of you. Hopefully, I'm assuming it's so that the both of you have a good time. But now if one person is getting bothered by those jokes, then you're not having a good time. So is it really that important for you to crack those jokes? You could keep them to a limited amount, or find a nice middle ground when you're not making fun of her now. Like, just make fun of something else, make fun of something together, and that'll actually,
Self-deprecation.
or that, yeah, make fun of yourself. Why aren't you making fun of yourself?
Yeah. If you can crack little jokes on her, you can crack little jokes on yourself. And trust me, it's a lot funnier when you crack jokes on yourself. Even you are going to enjoy that. So is she. So that's how I would.
Yeah, Viren
Flip the
loves it when I
situation.
crack jokes on myself.
I also crack jokes on this.
I know. I'm
मैं तो
joking.
बोलते रहता हूँ.
Yes. And then the second part is,
She doesn't want to hang out, only wants to text. That's not a great situation to be in.
that's not.
I know where you're coming from. I mean, not just I know, like mentally where you would be. That is tough. If she only wants to text and not hang out, there could be a few reasons why that's happening. None of them are great. One, she doesn't want to be seen in public with you because she's perhaps with somebody else. Or maybe she doesn't want to be seen in public with you because there's an off chance that her family members might see you, and maybe she's just not ready to introduce you to the family just yet, right?
Yeah.
Or she doesn't want to hang out because she just does not like you the same way you think she likes you. So it would be great to try to get clarity on that.
That is still speculation, though.
That's
right?
speculation. I'm not saying this is happening.
Like, these are potentially the
Situations.
reasons
Yeah.
as to why she's not wanting to hang out, but figure out why.
Huh.
So communicate. I think the
Yes.
first step here is for you to sit down and have a conversation over the phone. Probably not text, because what happens with text is you might say something, but how the other person reads it is out of your control.
Yes.
The tone that you might be saying it in might be very different from what the other person's perceiving it. So call, since she clearly doesn't want to hang out, or video call, and understand why. What is her reason? And then take it from there, right?
And if she's not directly telling you, oh, I don't know if she's doing that, then offer suggestions. Oh, could it be this? Yeah, it's probably not that, right? And try to gauge her reaction. That might help you.
Read in between the lines. Let us know.
Long question. My boyfriend and I have been together for 9 years. We're 25. So they've been together since they were 16 years old. Cute.
Yeah.
My math is correct, yeah. We have seen each other grow, move countries without each other, moved to be together, and now we're back in a long distance relationship and going through an extremely rough patch recently. Almost broke up and reconciled. The core problem is not fulfilling each other's expectations. While love is enough for me, he has expectations that don't start or end with love, but are for my good. Yet, I do nothing to work on those. So at least she has self-awareness.
Yeah.
There's always a conflict that causes issues and feelings of resentment.
Very interesting.
Yes. So there's a lot of history here.
Yeah.
The core problem is that you guys have expectations for each other. He has some expectations from you, which you're not fulfilling. So number one thing to obviously do is try to work on that. And I know it's hard, but you need to figure out whether or not it's worth it. If it's not, then just be honest. And I don't think you should be dragging it on just because it's been a long time. I know Kriti has a different opinion about that, but I'm a little more of a no-nonsense guy. If it's not working, it's not working. And you guys are really young. You're just 25 years old. There's lots of time to meet potentially somebody who things might work out with, right? So if it's an on again, off again sort of situation and it's just not working and you don't see yourself physically together for maybe at least within the next year, a year is a really long time to try to work things out when they're already suffering. So I think that's where I stand. What about you?
So there's so many different things that you've said in this, and my mind's at like 100 miles an hour. Because there's so many different layers. And the first thing I think you said is the 9 years. So that's a long period of time. But you also mentioned that you guys have been in different countries. And I feel like that could be a very big reason for you guys feeling this way. Just because distance does make you grow apart as well. Sure, it makes the heart grow fonder sometimes, but sometimes it doesn't. And there's a lot of leeway for miscommunication. Maybe you're not in the right time zone at the right time. Maybe you're not free, the other person's not free, right? So first try to figure out what the issue is. Then another interesting thing that you said was that he's doing all the right things for you. And I feel like you're aware that he is there for you and the fact that he cares about you and you do appreciate that. But why are you not doing that, right? You're saying that he's doing all the right things for me, but I don't want to go ahead with that. So is there something deeper to uncover there? So first figure out your feelings also towards him. If things have changed, if things haven't changed. And like he rightly said, like I do agree, you should accept that, recognize that and move on or take whatever decision that you want to. But again, I think communicate, right? First, understand, introspect what you feel about the situation. Second, also communicate on with him on like what he's feeling, what you're feeling. If there is something to salvage, I am a give a benefit of doubt kind of person, right? So if someone's been together for 9 years, there's got to be something there, and I won't let go of a relationship of 9 years so easily. I would definitely try to figure out what's wrong or what the crux of the issue is. And then if you can solve it, it works out great. If it doesn't, that's fine too. But I think at least like give it a fair shot and give it an honest shot.
But just to bounce off of what you just said, I feel like she's mentioned they have given it a shot. And they did break up and they did reconcile things, but things are just not working out. Now, a very big consideration also is that you guys started dating when you were 16 and now you're 25. And
Yeah.
that is the main period for growth.
Hmm.
And maybe you don't realize just yet, but that's when people genuinely change. So the core remains the same, but humans are complex. So you're going to change as a person from 16 to 25.
Hmm.
You guys might have an idea of what you're like based off of when you started dating, but you need to be comfortable with the fact that you have changed and you're a different person now than you were when you started dating.
Completely.
So, and you were also really young. 16 is really young. 25 is really young.
Probably the first people that you guys met and started dating as well, right?
Yeah.
So there's things that goes around that too.
Yeah. So I know it feels like you've invested so much of your time, and obviously he probably feels like a person that you grew up with. So it's hard to let go of things, but do a little introspection.
Yeah.
If at this point you know that you're wrong, you know that you're not putting in the effort, maybe I could absolutely be wrong. I'm probably wrong, but maybe you're just not doing that because subconsciously you know you just don't want to hang on to that anymore.
Yeah.
Maybe. I could be wrong. I hope I'm wrong. But like I said, if within the next year you don't see yourselves being together physically, there is a good chance that the road might end. And that's okay. It's okay. Life is really, really long.
Yeah.
People stay together for 30 years, get divorced, and then find the love of their life, so they claim. So give it time.
And unsolicited advice, that 9 years sometimes feels like a lot, and you feel like you want to hold on to a feeling, to a person just because you've been together that long. Sometimes in certain situations, if it's not meant to be, you don't want to let go of that feeling just because it's been 9 years. But if you end up spending your life with that person, you might just be ruining their life and yours, only to 30 years from now wake up and be like, oh shit, what have I done? So you'd rather take the 9 years, think of all the fond memories, than turn it into resentful 30 years.
Yeah. And maybe, you guys aren't together now. You give it some time. You meet again in 5 years. You change as people. You grow up. You get a little more mature. You see what's out there. You don't like what's out there. And you come back to each other. And that's fine as well. But maybe at this point, it might not be the best thing to try to force things to get better if they're just not working out.
How do you manage to split time between in-laws, assuming you live separately?
So, I mean, we live with my parents, so there's no issue with regards to time there. But when it comes to meeting her parents, I really force you to spend more time with your parents.
Yeah.
And we try to make it a point to try to meet them at least once a week. Usually that's what happens because we're working through the week. She's especially working late hours in the evening because she has calls with the US. So it's not practical to try to take out time in the evening because that's when everyone basically gets free. So we usually reserve our weekends for family time.
But we travel a lot, so that gets tricky because like this weekend we're traveling, for example. So likely won't end up meeting them. It'll be next weekend. But we do try to actively take out time. So there's no problem of splitting time because like we're living with mom, dad, and like we're meeting them every day. And then weekends we try to take out, and then all of us meet together as well. And that's a very good way to just get the family together and also be able to split your time together or share your time.
And I think it's really important to actually take out time to meet your parents. People just don't realize there's not a lot of time that you have left with them. Let me give you an example.
That's not
Most people, really quick.
sad thought.
I know, really quick. People usually meet their parents on Diwali and Holi twice a year. Your parents have maybe, hopefully, fingers crossed, 20 more years to live, let's say. You're just going to see them 40 more times.
You are just like hell bent on killing parents today.
40 more times that you're going to see your parents. That's not a long time. And out of those 40 times, 1 year you're not in there for Diwali, so on and so forth. So it ends up being maybe 30, 35 times. There may be something comes up, you're busy, you're not able to make one function or the other. Things happen. So if you don't take out time to meet your parents, you don't realize that they don't have as much time as you do. So it is important to take out that time for your parents. That's how I feel. Right? And I know at this point in your life, once you start crossing 30, you're going to come face to face with the fact that that's just how life works. Unfortunately, your parents are not always going to be with you. You're going to outlive them, hopefully, if nature works the right way. So whatever little time you do have left with them, make the best of it. And don't procrastinate time with your parents. Don't make that mistake. And I know people, unfortunately, have lost their parents. And if you're somebody who has, I know you're going to agree with me, which is why don't wait for that time to come, for that regret to come, if you still have your parents. Take out that time for them. And definitely make an effort for your spouse to be able to meet them as well. Force your spouse. Jana hi hai. We have to.
He does force me a lot of times. And I'm just like, I just want to rest today. I worked the entire week. He's like, no, get your ass up.
It's okay. We can rest there.
Yeah. Okay, this one's really fun. Thoughts on farting in a relationship. How has it been in yours?
Okay, if it accidentally happens, fine. It shouldn't be an intentional thing, in my opinion, right? Some people are like, "Oh, you don't fart in front of each other." No, I mean it's a bit impolite.
It is impolite, but it's also natural. Like it's a bodily function.
Yeah.
So it's fine for people who do that, I guess.
If it accidentally happens, it's fine.
No, but like some people also intentionally do that, saying that, oh, if I'm farting in front of you, I'm really like open with you and I trust you completely and it's my safe zone. So it's whatever works for you. It just doesn't work for us.
Nee, I don't think that's nice. I just don't. Like, for example, people, this is also a big problem. People get ready only when they have to go out, but they never try to look nice for their spouse, which I find extremely bizarre, right? If you're just roaming around in sweats and like, you make an effort only when you're meeting other people, that's not okay. You don't do that.
Homeless at home.
She's being way too humble. She looks amazing at home most of the time. Sometimes it's okay. You can take a chill pill. But same thing with farting. Like, you want to be attractive in front of your
that's actually
spouse,
very true. Like, that's not attractive. Or like, not that it makes you less attractive, but it's just not.
It's not polite, but that's just our opinion. That's how we think.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be like that for you guys. So if you like exploding or playing the trumpet in front of your spouse, by all means, fly her to the moon.
Dhruv would agree.
Yes. फालतू में ध्रुव की बैंड बजाती.
Okay, so with that, I think we've taken up enough questions for the day. We've got a bunch of more questions, but maybe we will save those for another day. If you do have additional comments or questions that we may not have addressed, feel free to drop them down in the comments.
And we will see you next time for more KiVi time.
KiVi.